Hello Collective, and welcome in for a daily general read. We are on my bed today because I'm feeling cozy. We've got Jupiter, Abundance, and then Void of Course Moon missing currently going on right now for vibes. To me, that's saying that you're waiting on some blessings, okay? You've been in a period of rehabilitation is the first word that comes to mind, and now you're like, I've done the work. I am ready to see the blessings. I'm ready to see the fruits of my labor. I'm ready for my new timeline to arrive. And Mercury in reverse, mind, number 3 has shown up here. So maybe that's spirit trying to get through messages to you that you aren't receiving, that you are receiving but not acting on. Or, I believe Pisces in reverse, that is the 6. So we've got a doubling energy here. Maybe you don't believe in yourself. Maybe you don't believe in the capability of having that abundance that we saw earlier. We've got Gemini, I think another 6 out here alongside Moon, number 2, the Soul, 2nd house, number 8 in reverse, owning, and Jupiter return benefits. So this is actually going to be exactly what I was just mentioning. It seems as if with the combination of these last 2 cards, Collective, you're in a place of feeling not entirely worthy. You have put in a lot of work. I feel that. I believe that. But for some reason, maybe because it's not being validated in the external world, you don't actually believe that you could have better. You don't believe that abundance and benefits and a deep soul-led way of living is something that is available to you at this time. With, I believe, being in reverse as well as messages in reverse, it's saying that there's possibly a discrepancy between your internal compass as well as your spiritual landscape. You could be ruminating, you could be too much in this Gemini energy and not enough in the soul energy. Lots of air energy, perhaps being of 2 minds, being your own worst enemy is what I'm feeling. Let's see if anything else wants to come out here. Okay, we've got Saturn, which is a number 6 in reverse, truth, as well as earth element stability in reverse. So this could be you being in denial about things that need to change in your 3D world. That could possibly be what those messages from spirit or your intuition were regarding, possibly in regards to how you make your money or who you make your money with. This could also just be an indication that you have been receiving those messages, as I mentioned to you, but you're not acting on them, okay? You're not acting in your truth. You are getting in your own way and therefore disrupting your own possible stability. And as I mentioned, possible extreme benefits as well as blessings. So maybe if you were to take heed and actually put these messages into action, you would find out that things go a lot better than planned. You might have financial benefits in relation to them. You might find that we've got 10 of Swords on the bottom. You might find that it really shifts your world in a way that you hadn't previously deemed possible. So let's see what sort of energies we get out here to go alongside with that. I'm gonna try to shuffle gently and quietly because I don't know how this is gonna pick up on the camera. So Collective, I think that you're probably in a place of mental clutter. I think a lot of people are doing a lot of taking stock. They're doing a lot of reflection. They're trying to understand the path forward, and in order to understand the path forward, they need to be aware of the path behind them, right? So we've got 2 cards out here, one on the fence, which is the Tower. So the Tower is undecided, as well as the Akashic Record. So we've got 2 major arcanas out here to begin with, which is a pretty big deal. And I think this is very much representative of that Jupiter benefits and the blessings that are possible for you. Tapping into possible psychic gifts, skills, talents, abilities, as well as just hidden knowledge, sacred geometry is what came to mind. You have a path that's destined for you, but because of this sideways tower, you aren't able to actualize that higher calling just yet, but it's something that Spirit very much wants for you. It's something that you are divinely supported in doing. We've got the Queen of Crystals out here, again, sideways. So that's most likely you, collective, somebody who is operating in feminine energy, who could be their own boss. You could be a business owner. You could be a mother or a wife. You could be somebody who is just, when you're upright, you're really stable, you're really caring, you're really nurturing. But being on the fence right now kind of just is an indication that there's this really difficult internal and spiritual battle you're going through, possibly. We've got a Page of Crystals out here that's upright, so that's amazing. Alongside the Queen of Crystals, that's what we want to see. You have a new beginning that's possible for you. And like I mentioned, that could be very much in relation to some sort of spiritual gifts or abilities, or possibly just your life's calling. And you are not in the process of fully grasping it yet, but it is something that's available to you. We had the Page of Swords pop out here, and it was kind of on the defense, but I'm picking it up in reverse because I think that this, as I mentioned, lots of mental energy, lots of air energy is what's keeping you back from this new beginning that you have available to you. And I'm hearing some ringing on my left side, so I think that's confirmation for a lot of you. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so see, you being too much in your head, you being too logical perhaps, you being too analytical is what's impacting your stability. It's what's making you sideways. It is throwing you off kilter. It is possibly disrupting the flow of your life. It is possibly in regards to some sort of departure, change, or moving on that you've experienced in your life lately or approaching. Again, more swords. There's lots of swords here, collective, so please do your best to try and utilize some of the other elements as well. Oh my goodness, we've got 9 of Swords out here. Who could have guessed? Okay, so this could be nightmares, this could be sleepless nights, this could be anxiety, this could be just a general feeling of uneasiness and a lack of serenity. Okay, so again, collective, I feel for you. Okay, my heart goes out to you. We've got a Knight of Crystals, as well as a couple other cards that wanted to make an appearance, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to take those. So maybe this situation is in regards to a Knight of Pentacles, and I just felt something touch my back, so I'm going to assume that's a yes. So whether this be a project that you wanted to experience, or somebody who was offering you a possible partnership, a possible collaboration, possible relationship, possible wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups on the bottom. Oh my goodness, even more swords. 2 of Swords in reverse. You were up in your head, possibly still are up in your head about whether or not this opportunity, this circumstance was right for you. And maybe this indecision and denial of your inner truth is what is really keeping you held up. And we've got the Chariot out here upright, which is amazing. Oh, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so collective, you're at your crossroads. Okay, you have the opportunity to drop a really heavy burden, drop other people's burdens possibly, and move forward into this divine path that has been orchestrated for you and has been paved by your guides and your ancestors. We've got 10 of Swords in reverse here. So it's very clear that they want you to release this burden that you've unintentionally placed upon yourself. I think that most likely, given the fact that you are probably divine feminine, you are somebody who operates in very caring, empathetic, possibly codependent energy, which means that there's a chance that you've taken on other people's energies. I've got quite a few coming out here, so I'm not going to take them all, but says say yes, expand through extremes, trust life, the Sun, which I love, and the Child within. So you're going through a rebirth process, collective, and possibly unlearning codependency, unlearning people pleasing, and learning to prioritize your emotional needs and your creative passions. Like I said, we saw a lot of swords out here, and what happens when we operate largely in swords energy is that we disconnect from our intuition, we disconnect from our inner knowing, we cut ourselves off to a lot of beauty in life. Okay, so Spirit's saying that you need to be aware of that. Hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching, sub rosa. So that could very much be indication that this Akashic Records is something that you should be tapping into. It's something that you might have been granted access to recently and you need to make use of for the right reasons, I want to say. Hidden in plain sight, mysteries. So you might be in a position currently where you can't see the forest through the trees, and that's why it's suggested for you to get on this chariot and move beyond whatever has held you back and gotten you in your head. The answer is hidden in plain sight, and it's probably just to move forward despite the burdens you feel responsible for, because surprise, surprise, you're actually not responsible for those burdens. We've got Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion, humanity. So returning to each other gives me soul retrieval vibes. This is having compassion for yourself. This is being kind, caring, and loving and heart-led when you need it most. Like being your own best friend. If you have been experiencing a lot of setbacks in your life, or maybe even self-sabotage, you need to handle yourself with kid gloves, okay? The inner child could use some work. I think that's why it came out initially. You wouldn't speak down to a toddler who's trying their best to maybe self-soothe or process their emotions in a way that you wouldn't necessarily agree with. So you need to drop the logic, drop the stop intellectualizing. There we go. Stop intellectualizing your feelings and actually feel them. Feel the feelings. Give yourself compassion and understand that feeling those difficult emotions is part of healing, and that's part of your humanity, and it's also probably going to be part of your path forward. And I'm hearing ringing again. So collective, be kind to yourself, okay? I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.